Welcome, Colonel Church. It is an honor to meet you. Thank you for your service, and thank you for being here for the first ever virtual Memorial Day service. I'd love to know a little bit about you, Colonel Church, and your career. If you could please tell me your story.
Mayor, I'm very delighted to be here with you today and to share this momentous occasion, the first ever teleconference this way. So my history in the military began in 1970. I was commissioned at the University of Maryland in the Air Force, and I retired in 2001. I had some interesting assignments in Thailand during the Vietnam War and in Riyadh during the Desert Storm, but also in Japan and in Germany. One of my best assignments that I liked a great deal was as an ROTC instructor at the University of Puget Sound in Tacoma, Washington. Another highlight was working on the Air Attaché staff in Beijing. And I closed out with an assignment at Fort McNair in Virginia. I've been the chairman of the Annapolis Veterans Affairs Commission since January last year, and we're making progress. Serving the veterans in this area. And that, sir, is a quick summary of my story.
Thank you again for your service. This event, the Memorial Day wreath laying, is a big event for this city. We are a military town. It is going to be sadly missed by so many people. We love our military. We love our Navy, obviously. And this is going to help out a little bit. So if you could please, even though we can't lay a wreath physically at the memorial, could you please give your Memorial Day remarks?
Yes, thank you. I'd like to begin by saying that May happens to be Military Appreciation Month. So celebrating Memorial Day in this month is very appropriate. But on this day, we remember and honor the American military forces who died in service to this great country. Memorial Day was once known as Decoration Day, following the US Civil War. And those early days, Americans throughout the country paid tribute by decorating graves of fallen soldiers, decorating with flowers, and reciting prayers. And honor was paid in the springtime when flowers were blooming. And today, poppies are identified with Memorial Day. That connection originated with the poem In Flanders Fields, written by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, a physician in the Canadian Forces. And I'll read part of his poem a little bit later. In the United States, Memorial Day was declared a federal holiday in 1971. So as we remember our friends and colleagues, let me read a verse from For the Fallen, written in 1914 by Lawrence Binyon, a British poet and scholar, as the British expeditionary forces were suffering rising casualties in Europe. Here's the verse. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. I think it's touching. I like it. Today, residents of Annapolis commemorate Memorial Day quietly as we deal with the COVID-19 emergency. In past years, we celebrated with a parade on Main Street and ceremonies at the Annapolis City Dock. So these streets may be quiet and many events have been canceled or are on hold, but the community is active, remembering and supporting area veterans. For example, the Veterans Affairs Commission that I represent is working with Mr. Pittman's executive staff to lay the foundation for a Veteran Service Coordination Center that will use county organizational structure and personnel to better assist and serve some 52,000 veterans and their families in Anne Arundel County. And I want to draw attention to VFW Post 304 in Annapolis, which is looking ahead past the COVID-19 time. That post is looking forward to continuing its tradition of community engagement at the Anne Arundel County Fair in the summer. So there are other activities going on, but I don't know them all. that's just a sample of what's going on.
Reflecting on these losses is a powerful reminder, not only to thank our members of the armed services, but to thank their families for the sacrifice that you all have made for our country. I'd like to offer some places that people can go and pay their respects in their own way that are around the city of Annapolis. Of course, there's the World War II Memorial on Ritchie Highway, a beautiful spot overlooking the Severn River. Crownsville Veterans Cemetery, the Tomb of the Unknown at St. John's. We have also great organizations in the city, such as the American Legion and the VFW Post, as well as the Fleet Reserve Club, which is a lovely place to go and sit on the water. All of these places are closed right now, but they will open again and continue to do the amazing work that they do for our city on behalf of the veterans.
Mayor, let me comment on good work done by the American Legion Post 276 in Severn.
I'd love to hear about that.
On the 2nd of May this year, that post 276 collected toiletries for the Charlotte Hall veterans. They collected on a mass scale. It was a successful outreach organized by Delegate Mike Rogers, Colonel U.S. Army retired, who's representing District 32. Delegate Rogers worked with members of the Maryland Legislative Black Caucus and the Maryland Veterans Caucus. And on the 4th of May, all these toiletries were delivered to people residing at Charlotte Hall. The value is estimated at some $5,000. As a footnote, I want to say that Charlotte Hall has served those who served since 1985. And for those of you who may not know, the home is located in St. Mary's County. It was a great effort, great outreach, and we thank Delegate Rogers profusely. Thank you, Mayor.
I want to say my thank you to Delegate Rogers as well, and to all the veterans. Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about the virtual Remembrance Wall?
Yes, I can. So the Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs in Annapolis is seeking stories about friends and family and colleagues who have fallen. The Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs is seeking reflections on their lives, inspired by a poem titled Flanders Fields. And the important line which has drawn the attention and inspiration of the Maryland Department of Veterans Affairs is this: to you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. My interpretation is, from the fallen, they throw the torch of life and the future to us who are living. It's our obligation to hold it high and to work towards the future that they otherwise would work towards themselves. So this was written in 1915 by Lieutenant Colonel McRae. I mentioned him earlier. Let me read this to you. It's quick. In Flanders fields the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place. And in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you, our failing hands, we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep. The poppies grow in Flanders fields. So if you have a question or a comment or would like to contribute to the Remembrance wall, please use this email, remembrance.wall@maryland.gov. Thank you, Mayor.
That was beautiful, Colonel Church. I obviously grew up with the Anzac traditions and the sacrifices that were made by our great grandparents. I that really speaks to me. Thank you so much. So on Memorial Day at 3 p.m., there will be a national moment of remembrance. And so, Colonel, I'd like us to observe a moment for that while we play taps. If you could please bow your head with me. Thank you, Colonel. Thank you for your service. Right now, we need to see heroes like you. Thank you for giving us this time. Please stay well. Please stay healthy and give our love to your family. Thank you.
Thank you, Marin. The same to you. Have a great day.